here at Kajun Roots Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it.
I say, this is Johnny's place, where you can have it for no problem. I got the dollars.
Fixed income, no credit, back credit. Here at Kajun Roots Reseller, that's no problem.
Let him have it.
I've got my dollars and I sit in my best offer.
We say, yes. See the special man. The easiest man on YouTube.
You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let him have it with no problem.
Hello, and good morning on this Taco Tuesday. How's everybody doing this morning? It is now 19 degrees. I don't see it in the chat anymore, I guess because he posted it this morning at 2:53. But Hoosier Stacker not only renewed his membership, he upgraded his membership. So thank you so much for becoming a member, renewing it, and upgrading it to the next level. Hoosier Stacker, if you still can hear us. Steph, Vadasi Shore. Hello, good morning and welcome, Steph. How are you doing? And there's Robert. Hello, good morning and welcome. And Mark and Mike, I understand things happen. You got to do what you got to do. Well, thank you for coming by, though. Hope you don't have too much of a busy day. Stuff telling everybody hello. Miss Denise, hello, good morning and welcome. Vintage Memories, I am so sorry to hear you're having all these pipe problems. Usually in the South, we're not used to that. Well, I say we because I used to be in the South. Vintage Memories, good to see you. Let's see here. Coffee time. Yep. Let's see who else is here. There's Jennifer. Hello, good morning and welcome. And there's Miss Didi. Hello, good morning and welcome. And Giovanna, hello, good morning and welcome. Let's see. Jennifer's already telling people hello by dropping your links. Purple Winks. You know, Purple Winks, I want to mention something to you. I didn't know this. My mom had passed away in 97, but couldn't find out your name was my mom's first name. Yeah, cool. I like that name. Welcome. John, hello. Hope you're having a good vacation. Hope y'all are enjoying the getaway kind of thing with the family. Good to see you, sir. I Spy Queen. I saw you last night coming in as we were in there ending the bingo last night. Hello, how are you doing? Good to see you in the chat. I'll be in and out. Daughter to work in the snow. Ugh. Yeah, it's starting to melt a little bit here. Not much, but at least I don't have it in my car no more. And it's starting to go away in the driveway. All right, let me go over the calendar. 9:45 this morning, you have Jabby's last laughing and listing show at 9:45. At 10 o'clock, you have Saved Here First. Is this some kind of variety show she does on Tuesdays? And at 10 o'clock, you have Rita, the Buddha Chick, goes live every day at 7 days a week at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Leslie's Lucky Finds goes on at 11. Jackass Retro will be on at 11:30 today. Again, he does it 7 days a week. 12 o'clock, you have Two Hip Chicks, Dawn and Mary. Dawn, Adopted Retrospect goes on at 2. Steve's Vlogs goes on at 6. Janine's and New England Thrifter goes on at 6:30. I Spy Queen goes on at 6:45. Esme goes on at 7 o'clock. Kathy's Corner has bingo at 8. Rat's Stash, the Rat's Chat is on at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, you also have the Sparkly Beaters. And at midnight, you have Stuff by the Sea Ashore. And that is the calendar for the day. All right, let's see here. Where was I at? Right here. All right, let's see here. Everybody say good morning. Donna, hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Good morning. Excellent. Everybody's saying hello, good morning. And let me get these links, get ready to drop links. All right, Jennifer's been dropping everybody's links, so let me start dropping hers. Here's her channel link. She never drops her own. Here's channel link. Hello, Colleen. Hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you, Colleen. Colleen, I think of that song from Dolly Parton every time, but I don't think it's Colleen. Jolene, but it's Colleen. All right, and here is her Buy Her a Milkshake. That's all of the links for Jennifer. And there is, well, if I can get to it, there we are. Good morning, hello, and welcome, and I hope you're doing good. Glad to see you. How you been? I saw you made a comment on one of my videos the other day. Thank you. I think it might have been a post. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, Jolene. But I think of Colleen at the same time. Pamela, hello, hello, good afternoon, and welcome, and how are you doing? Good to see you. So today, after the morning show, yesterday, Lord Jesus, I was exhausted. Yesterday, and I'm only doing this for myself. Everybody has their own goals. Hopefully you can try to keep your goals, because we are coming around the new year now. 2022 is almost in the rear view mirror. Let's see. Nana J, hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And Mark, hello, hello, good morning and welcome. Jerry, hello, hello, good morning and welcome. So how are you doing? Nice to see you. There's Miss Tracy. Hello, hello, good morning and welcome. My ex-mother-in-law's middle name was the same. Oh, cool. Yeah, when I saw your farm, I saw your first name. I was like, oh, that's my mom. That was my mom's name. Yeah. All right, so yesterday I wind up listing. Not even getting a goal yesterday, just I was determined to get rid of things in my face here around my desk. Yesterday I listed 46 items, and I drafted 10 of those, which I got to take pictures of, and I got to get busy again today, get some more stuff done. I already pulled my orders for this morning. I just got to pack them. Hello, Craig. How are you doing this morning? Hello, hello. Good morning and welcome. Well, welcome back. And when you come back. Yeah, Jennifer's dropping those links. So just like when you come in, that's how she's telling you hello. So y'all make sure y'all check out her channel. She has been putting out content, so definitely go check that out. And don't forget to leave your comments. And there's Mr. Jerry. How are you doing, sir? Good to see you. How's the weather down where you at in Florida? And so what does everybody have planned for the day? No, I'm not cooking tacos. I got to get some more listings done. I got some drafts ready to go. Got to take some pictures. And then I got to get some more listings. I've been going through some stuff. I think I'm going to be doing some more mystery jewelry bags. Those were a really good hit. And I'm coming across a lot of jewelry that's just like sitting there. So I'm going to be making up some more mystery bags, getting that done. I've been going through some stuff yesterday, and yeah. Brain freeze. How do you find the community calendar of auctions? If you go to my community tab, actually, when was the last time I uploaded it again? Let me see. You go to my community tab on my page, you go to the community tab and look for, kind of scroll down a little bit. Let me see where it's at. I just posted yesterday the New Year's Eve link that I will be on with WMX Go Thrifting this Saturday. It starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so you will see that first. The Wish You a Merry Christmas post, the featured channel, the shout out channels, featured channel. I need to bring it up some more then. Let's see. Where is it? Right here. All right, let me post that again real quick, and that would be the first thing in our community tab. I can do that right now by posting, pasting, enter, and then copy the link. Go to the calendar, open it in a new tab. Copy. And now it is going to be the first thing at the top in our community tab. Now you're going to have to go to my main page, and you'll see there's home, videos, charts, lives. These are tabs that go across the top under my banner. And there you see the community tab, and I post it. And so now it's the next thing. I'll post it in the community tab. And that's where you'll find the calendar. And then once you open it, don't forget, you have to change it to open to the monthly view. You should be able to see all of those. It'll be titled Cajun Roots Reseller LLC Public Calendar. When you open it, do not add anything to it, because if you do, only you will see it. So in that post, go ahead and make a comment on that post and let me know if you want to be on the calendar, if you have anything special going on, and the dates, if you have a special name for it, that kind of stuff. And that's how you get to it. In the low 50s today. Tomorrow will be in the 70s. I know this weekend will be in the 50s this weekend. Yeah, this is something else with this weather. Even in the South, that's too cold for y'all. Stacy, hello, good morning and welcome, because we're not used to that in the South. Hope to go to the main page. Thanks. Yeah, you got to go to my main page and then look for the community tab. Oh no, Johnny, you sound like you caught. Wait, what? Like the crowd? Good. No, it's just sinuses. Got the laptop up. A lot easier to chat. Yeah, you're right about that. Doing all this on the. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know. I have very seldom watched the YouTube on my phone. Very seldom. I think the only time I really watched it was when I had to go to the airport and pick Robert up, and I was in the phone lot. Other than that, nope. So yeah, my goal is now to get some more listings done, and I'll be doing that every day. Try to get some of this stuff out of my face. Plus, I got to get stuff tagged and inventoried for my booth. 48 here in Central Florida, warmer than the last 2 days. 80s in the 30s. Yeah, this weekend's going to be higher in temperature. That'll be good. Good 60s tomorrow. Looking forward to, yeah, I'm looking forward to the 50s. Good morning, Peddling Prophets. Hello, good morning and welcome. How are you doing? Good to see you. So has anyone, if you're on eBay, make sure you check and see that you've used your coupon, because you got 4 days left of this year. The last 4 days are here. Pretty soon the rearview mirror will be 2022. So make sure you use your coupon. And I say coupon because if you have an eBay store, you have a coupon. If you don't use it, you will lose it. So you got 4 days left to use it. Actually 5 for today, if you count today. Because that's free supplies. You might need to replenish what you've already used. So make sure you use it, because come January 1st, you're going to have a whole new coupon. And if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. I usually use mine within the first week of the first, or when they come out. And I already got a list of stuff I need. Kind of get it on the list where I know when I order, I just get it out of the way. We are 12 today and -2. Yeah, this weekend's supposed to be nice. I know we're supposed to get in the 50s by the end of the weekend. We're going to see. Let's see here. I got my orders already pulled. I got to finish packing those. I got some interesting orders last night. Well, yesterday. But they're orders. They're ordered. They're going out. Silicone baking mat. A 1992 Racing Champion Hot Wheel. It was a Plymouth Roadrunner. And a Ziggy Happy New Year plush from 1988 to 89 ornament. It's pretty cool. So yeah, those are going on today. Cheryl, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Hello. Last night, I have to say, we had a new record. We now have 318 people registered for bingo. Last night, we had 96 in the chat. And 87 of those played bingo last night. Those are pretty good numbers. Ziggy, yeah, it's a Ziggy Christmas ornament. Ziggy Happy New Year plush. And it was still new in the bag. I didn't have the box for it, though. But only paid 83 cents for it at a citywide garage sale. And the mainstay silicone baking mats, those are still brand new. I got those at Walmart for 32 cents after clearance. And the Hot Wheel I got for $1.09. So my sales for this morning is $52.90 for 3 items. Let's see here. I think I got the flu. Never saw the end of the bingo. Aw, you fell asleep. That means you needed some rest. Good morning, Susie. Hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Ella, hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Ella, 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 Ella. All right, let me close this off. Calendar's already done. Let's see here. Let me get the link. Oh. That's why I keep a Kleenex right there. Welcome, Steve. Back, just became a member again. Thank you for renewing your membership, Mr. Steve. New member. I got something for you. Thank you, Steve, for becoming a member. Wrong one.
Attention, new member. I want to thank you. Thank you for being a friend and family member of the Cajun Roots Reseller channel. Thank you.
My chair dance. Thank you, Stephen. Let's see here. Where was I at? Good morning, Michael. How are you doing? Good to see you. Yep, this is where all the cool kids are. Laura, hello, good morning and welcome. And yes, the final days are here. They are. Pretty soon, 2022 will be in the rearview mirror. Thank y'all so much. Good morning, Steve. How are you doing? Good to see you. Steven's, actually, he's got a show tonight. I think it's at 6. Yep, 6 o'clock. So yeah, that's what I want to do this week. Get things done. Did I put the link in the chat yet? Did I not pin it? I guess I didn't. I did copy it, and then I saw the membership. There we go. All right, there we go. I didn't pin it yet, and I didn't post it yet. There we go. All right, now there it is. All right, so if you would like to come on and promote your channel, the link is at the top of the chat now. It is pinned in the blue box. Just click on it, come on in, but please make sure you have your camera on because I have to verify that it's you. Sue, hello, good morning and welcome all first time at your show. Well, thank you for being here. How did you hear about the show? Welcome. And there's Isme. Hello, good morning and welcome. And if I'm not mistaken, next Tuesday, let me get to that calendar because I have a separate calendar now that I put all, either I'm going to be a guest on someone's channel or they're going to be a guest on my channel. Yes, on January the 3rd, I'm going to have to take a nap that next Tuesday because I will be a guest on Isme's channel at 7 o'clock. So come check it out. Yeah, I will be there next Tuesday the 3rd. Also, don't forget on the 6th is when we start the Deals of the Dawns every first Friday of the month. Well, thank you, Steph. I try. Keeping it combed and picked out and all that good stuff. Trishan, okay, Aaron. Cool, thank you. Well, welcome. Let's see. Why did this chat fly on me like it did? Well, y'all, guess who's coming on here? Someone y'all may not know. Y'all about ready to know. He did come on here a couple of times before. He does auctions here and there. So let's give a big warm welcome to no other than Mr. Jerry himself, the Lion Den. The Wolf Den.
The Lion Den?
The Wolf Den.
When did I change my name?
It's been a while. It's been a while. I started going through all my boxes and listing items yesterday. Found 8 items that were no longer listing. Mysteries will continue this week. Awesome. Yeah, you got to check on that every now and then. So what you got going on, Mr. Jerry? Must have an event coming on.
Me, we're just cleaning up the film that we're doing.
Oh, okay. How did that go?
That's been keeping me busy.
So you're almost done with that one?
Just about.
Hello, Hattie. Good morning and welcome. And Irene. Hello, hello. Good morning and welcome. And if y'all don't know, this is Jerry, the Wolf Den. Y'all might see him in the chat. He was in here
once in a while.
Once in a while, yeah.
Just been very busy. And this year we're going to be very busy because we're cleaning out everything. We're already booked into, I think it's like 9 conventions for the year so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yep, we're even, in May, we're going up to Chicago for a show. And October, we're going to Georgia for a show.
That's some traveling there.
Yeah. Well, you got to get out to move the stuff, so you can't do it just sitting around. Yeah.
Donna said they went all the way around into Tampa yesterday. Hope y'all found some good stuff. I've been staying indoor. I ain't going out though, unless I have to go out though.
No, we were out and about for a little while yesterday at the mall.
So are y'all getting a lot of freezing areas in your in the area?
Yeah, like right now, it's, what is it saying? Let me see. I think it's like 40. It's 44 right now. But it's supposed to hit into the 60s today.
Well, hello, hello. Good morning and welcome, Miss Susanna. Hello, hello, hello.
Susanna.
So you have how you
That's
doing?
what's been keeping me busy is just working on the film and everything and
Right.
getting ready to get rid of.
No, talk a little bit, if you can, talk just a little bit about what you can say about what you've been working on. Because I know you did a couple of different things lately.
Well, right now we're producing a couple of films. One's already come out called Beyond the Gates of Hell.
You got a question in the chat for those who may not know who you are. What type of items do you sell at the convention? That's
mainly original movie posters. But we sell toys, books, records, laser discs, non-sport cards, whatever. It's almost like what you find here. It's just that we don't have to worry about mailing it out. Once the people buy it, they walk away with it.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah. But like at this last show that we just did, I sold one of my statues and got just over $700 for that. So it's just been stuff that's, like I said, it's stuff that you would find here, like this, I did not move that for you to come into the spot.
Must be talking to the cat.
Yeah.
You have a question there from John. Love the wrestling items I bought from you. You gave them to him Christmas morning. Give it to him on Christmas morning. Aw.
That's good. That's what we like. We like seeing our customers always happy.
Hello, good morning and welcome, Gate Smasher and Hoosier. I gotta thank you very much for upgrading your membership. It was first thing in the chat this morning when I came in. So thank you. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see. It was another. Peddling Prophet says if you sell on Etsy and you want to see what's sold, extension called Etsy sold. I thought you can still look at things that are sold without having to use an extension, because I thought I was able to do that. I have to look. I didn't notice.
Well, everybody changes their system, and that's what fouls things up.
If shops have their own sold hidden items, you cannot see the sold prices. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because sometimes people don't want to have you know what they made on their stuff.
Right. Mine, I don't. have it private. I have everything showing. I'm not worried about if anybody sees it or not, because I want people to see what it's sold for. So yeah, I have mine available. I don't hide it.
Yeah.
Just like on Mercari, the same thing. Let's see. Have a good day. Well, all right. Glad to
Take care, Bama. Have a good New Year's.
Yeah, we're getting close to the New Year's, that's for sure. We have 4 more days left of this year.
Yeah, and then
Johnny,
it's all over and we start all over again.
it totals the entire page of a shop. Okay. I didn't know that. Something new. So you have anything planned coming up anytime soon, Mr. Jerry?
No, like I said, we're working on that. That's what's keeping me busy. But right now with this stupid cold, it's aggravating my injury, so it makes it hard to use my right arm. So
Oh,
if
wow.
I type, I got to type with the left hand, which is worse than the right arm.
Do you have any on the waterfront stuff?
Oh, I think she's talking about the movie. I'd have to check. Who knows? I know I've got some old posters. If anything, that would be probably all I would have is like a poster for it or something. Whether it might be a reissue or whatever. But on the whole, I mean, I'm looking to unload and not, but because I'm not buying as much because it's just not worth it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, well, the only thing that we did do earlier this year was a shirt company was going out of business, so we bought their stock.
Okay.
And
Therapy. Hello, good morning, and welcome. Now I saw where somebody said something about T-shirts. Oh, Hoosier. He said he just finished building up his new online store in the Teespring. Okay. My dad was an extra in that film.
oh, see,
Cool.
this is what I try to tell some of the people that I'm with. I say, this is why you always got to be nice to everybody because it's a small world. You never know who you're talking to that's connected to something that comes back to you.
And that's so true.
Yeah.
It's fun to be an extra, but you got to make sure you follow their rules too.
Yeah.
Because they don't want you to be out there acting like a fool and you'll never get called back.
That's it. And you don't get onto anything else.
Have you talked about the IRS delaying reporting over 600 until next year? I haven't heard the full details yet, but I will be looking into it. But no, I have not talked about it. I know yesterday, I think it was, somebody briefly made a comment about it. But I don't want to talk more about it until I know for sure what are the details, and then I'll spread it out and let everybody know. But I did hear on the news, but I don't know the full details yet. That was on, I think, yesterday's news.
Yeah, I was hearing about that they're trying to change it back to the original way that it was.
Yeah. So I'm not 100% sure, but I will look into it. Because I did talk a little bit about it. I want to say it was yesterday's news or Saturday. And but I don't know the full details on it.
And that's the thing with the conventions. They just automatically get the report anyway, and so you just got to pay for whatever you made there, and that's it. So
now, do they give you a 1099, or you?
A lot of them do, yeah. Like the one that we're going to be doing in Chicago in May, they're going to supply the 1099. I know Rhode Island does that. I think Jersey does that, and I want to say New York.
When you go to do these conference, these type of things like conventions, do you have to report, like everything you sell, do you have to report to them, or you keep it for your own records? How do they know what you got for a 1099?
Well, that's where it becomes the gray area, just like in here. It becomes a gray area. You know, you report, what you say that you made, and they have to believe that that's what you made.
Oh, okay. So it's an honor system.
Yeah.
Good morning.
That's my mother-in-law who's with us from the Philippines. So that was the other nice thing that made the wife happy, was that her mother's here.
Well, that's awesome.
So it keeps things, because now we get to show her all the same stuff that we seen for over the past few years. So
Right.
but yeah, but it's fine. I mean, like I said, the nice thing about it is that I like to get rid of the bigger items that are very hard to ship, as you well know.
Now, for those who haven't done it before, how can they get into, maybe if they were interested in going into these conventions and selling? What do they have to do?
It's easy enough. You just find out which one is coming into your area, depending on where it is. You can go usually online and look them up. There's usually like a collectible site or something like that, or like comic conventions. You type that in, and you say comic conventions my area, and it'll pull up all the shows coming up. Sometimes you got to get into them like 4 or 5 months in advance because they sell out quick. Like, let's say, like San Diego Comic-Con, which is the biggest one in the country. I mean, there's a waiting list for that one for 5 years right now.
Wow.
I mean, just to get in. But it's because once you're there at the show, I mean, you're talking like the last time we went there, which was 4 years ago. They always break the record every year that they do the show because it's the show to be at and to go to. But they had 137,000 people through the doors.
Wow.
So you do a show like that, you're gonna make money unless all you're doing is selling junk.
Right.
But if you're selling, decent stuff, you're gonna make money. And that's all you gotta do. You just gotta look for which, because not everybody here is gonna have comics. Not everybody here is gonna have, but you can find out. Go to your local comic shops. They usually have the flyers on their counter for shows. And the tables can run anywhere from $50 to $700.
And is that because of the location or because of the amount of tables you have in a booth?
It's well, it depends on, like, I usually get a 10 by 10 spot. And they'll supply you with either a 6 or an 8 foot table, and then you get however many badges that they want to give you, which sometimes it's usually 2, sometimes it's 3. So that way you can bring in help. And then you can bring in your extra tables, and you bring in all your stuff and you put it out and you sell for the weekend. You cover it up for the, at the end of the night, each night, so that way you don't have to worry about resetting up the next day.
Right.
And that's it. And I mean, like, let me see. Let's see.
All right, Hoosier. Well, have a good day. Get those packages out today. The post office is open back for your shipping needs. Take care.
Here's a picture. Where's a picture? That ain't it. I know I usually have it. I'm just too much stuff here. I got to clean this out. I had a picture of, maybe I erased it because I didn't think I needed it anymore. Of what our booth looked like at one of the shows. You see,
a lot of work.
Up there it is. See, that's what my booth looked like at one of the shows.
So is that like a poster stand thing you have?
Yep. We made that from a place called the Container Store. So we can put the posters up on that, so that way they're not sitting on the floor sliding all over the place.
Right.
And then, as you can see on, oops, bad one, not there. No, right there. The table on that side, those are ours. The one in the back that the shelving is on, that's the one supplied by the place.
Oh, cool.
And then, like I said, they'll put up the drapes and everything, and they'll do all that. And
right.
Then we got the shirt rack there, for the shirts that we have. And then you just sell, your stuff away there, and that's it. It's almost like being set up at, like you are at, the shops and all that.
But that's all indoors, depending on where the location is of the show, right?
No, sometimes they're outdoors. I did one a couple of weekends back. It was from 7 o'clock at night till 1 in the morning.
Wow.
But it was only $50.
Right.
Now,
was that the time slot they give you to set up?
What?
Is that like a time slot they give you to set up?
Yeah, like usually the show ran at 7. but you could be there at 5 o'clock to set up. Because you figure 2 hours is more than enough time to get everything ready, and then you just set it all up, and that was it. But for, like I said, for the $50, I ended up doing over 300.
That's awesome.
So when you turn around and you're like, for that kind of investment, it's like, boom, you're done, and you're making some good money, and you get rid of stuff. And like I said, there's no mailing, no nothing. They take it with them, and away it goes. And like I said, we like having the bigger items, like the big statues and stuff like that.
Right.
And those, like I say, are a pain to try to mail out. So having them at the shows, they just take it with them, and out it goes, and we make more room.
Steph says Comic-Con is out of hand now these days. I've been going since day one.
Which Comic-Con, though?
Yeah.
Some of them are bad to go to. I mean, some of them are still, you can still have fun. I mean, I don't care. I have fun at them no matter what. I mean, it could be a bad show, and I'm like, what are you going to do? You can't sit there and be miserable.
Right.
So I just have fun no matter what. And I always joke around with my customers and everything. And, like when they come over and say, do you take card? I say, yeah, but I don't give them back, Or I'll look at the card and I'll be like, oh, yeah, cool. I hope they have a lot of money on it because I'm going to go shopping now, and they laugh, but it makes it at least enjoyable to be there.
Hello, Sailor Stacker, and also Gulf Coast Pickers, Mr. Ryan. Hello, good morning, and welcome. Never been to Comic-Con. The phone call looking exciting. I've never been to Comic-Con, but I have been to some jewelry shows, and I've seen them on TV, but never been to a Comic-Con.
I mean, you got the ones out there. You got like for you, Johnny, you got nearby. You have it used to be Boston Comic-Con, but now they call it something else. I forget what it is, but that's in August. But that's a good show because that pulls in the crowd. And I know there's one out there in Worcester that used to be at the Centrum. Whether or not it's still there, I don't know. But like I said, I mean, you got places like that you can set up at, and it's a lot of times, like I said, for $100, you're there for the weekend, whether it's a 2-day or 3-day show, and you can sometimes make some good money. And you move the product and out it goes. And like I said, there's no muss, no fuss. And
right. Hello, Roman. How are you doing this morning? So if anybody wants to get into going into Comic-Con, where would be like one of the best places if they don't mind traveling to go to for Comic-Con if they were thinking about getting into selling at a Comic-Con and getting into the
always do local. Start with local first. That way you work your way up. That way you don't get overwhelmed. Do like a 1-day comic show or a 1-day record show or just a 1-day. They do some places do them. See, like there's one in Springfield. You do something like that. That way you can get yourself accustomed to it. Because like, the Orlando Comic-Con is huge. Yep. I mean, I've already got it down. My other dealer friends, they just laugh. Like the last show that we just did. Everybody basically started breaking down by like around 4:45 on the Sunday. And I was done by 5:05. And they're all like, not even halfway through. And I'm like, okay, bye, people. See you next. And they're like, we hate you. And I'm like, what? It's 47 years of doing this. I know how to break it down quick and get out of here.
Right.
I said, you guys are still getting used to it, so it's just, those kind of, you learn as you go, just like here, you learn as you go along, on what you should be bringing to the show, what you can't be bringing to the show. And, and it can be a fun time because like at this last show, a few of the wrestlers that were guests there, they stopped by the booth, and a few of my other, they're like, wow, that was so, and I'm like, yeah, okay, it's so-and-so, it's just a regular person as far as I'm concerned, and it becomes the norm, that if you have the variety, like I always bring variety. I never bring just one set item, So this way it makes people want to come in to see what I have. And that what also brings the guests over. They'll come over and then of course where I know some of them, they'll come over to say hi, and that brings the other guests over because they're like, why you go? Oh, because he's a cool person and he has cool stuff. So then they come over, and then next thing they're like, we always have these. And it's like, what? It's just, I said, that's nothing. You're used to it. Yeah. And that's it. See, and once you're done with it, it's in and out, and you're done. You load up the van or whatever, and you're home. And it's like, okay, unload, and that's it. But at some of these shows, you can make some good money, especially, I know back in the day, in the 80s and early 90s, when the shows were the thing. I mean, I was doing like over 10 grand per show. So when you turn around and say, yeah, okay, I can make some good money, you can still make good money today too.
Right.
So, and the idea is like here, you're moving product, which is what you want to do.
Now, what would be some tips you give someone and to not do certain things when going into doing this? If they were to, what would be some tips you would tell them not to do?
First off, never be rude to the customer, no matter what. Unless if the customer is being an absolute jerk, then yes. But if they're just asking do you have this? You say, no, I don't have that. If they say, oh, do you have this? You say, no, I don't have that. And they say, gee, what do you have here? You say, well, I have this stuff. You don't say, hey, it is what it, you don't be rude to them. And, you just, because you're not going to have something for everybody, no matter what.
Exactly.
And the other thing, I always tell a lot of my other dealer friends, 2 things you should always make sure you bring to the show: bags and change.
The what and change?
Change and bags.
Bags, okay. So
You'd be surprised how many times you see people, they're going around, they're carrying their stuff like they're like this. And you're like, would you like a bag for that? And they're like, oh, do you have one? It's like, yeah. It's because the other dealer they brought it from, and you talk to these dealers and they're like, I've been doing shows for 7 years. Like, and you still don't remember to bring bags? Really?
I see that a lot of the coin shows.
Yeah.
Even in the coin shows, a lot of them don't bring bags.
And it's like, it's a simple thing. I mean, you go to your grocery store, you got bags, just save them for when you do your show.
Right.
That way you're not paying for bags. You're recycling the bag. So, it's a win-win. And then, like I said, try to have fun, even if it's a blah show, because they're not all going to be winners. You just try to have fun, make the best of it. It's like, like even if you're doing a show here and it's like, well, I'm not selling anything, but you still try to be upbeat because, like I said, you're not always going to make, a ton of money at every show. So you just go in and have fun. Just say, yeah, it's a weekend, I'm sitting here, I'm making some money. It's a lot better than staying at home and making no money.
Right.
So you always got to just be upbeat and just say, yeah, I'm just here having fun, and that's it. And I'm seeing friends that I normally don't see, and that's it. And me, like I try to do is, as you saw in the picture, I bring a little bit of everything, because you never know who's going to show up at that show looking for something. Not everyone's going to show up at that show looking for posters.
Right.
Yes, I do sell non-sport cards. I have at the last show I had Green Hornet cards, Man from U.N.C.L.E., James Bond, and these are all from the 60s. Batman, so.
Now, when you're going to these shows, are you bringing, and this is just to give others an idea, do you bring several of the same items, or do you always bring just one of a kind?
It depends on what I have in the totes. Because sometimes I might have multiples. Sometimes it's just the one of, and that's it. And because whereas I got a 10 by 20 storage unit, what I'll end up doing is whatever totes that I brought from like this last show, when I bring them back to the storage unit, I'll put them on the opposite side of the storage unit. So now when I go do the next show, I either grab from the middle or I grab from the other side. And this is why I tell the customers, I don't know if it's going to be at the next show because I might not grab those same totes. So you better buy it now because I don't know. And then when I open up the totes is what I have in them. Because I know all the stuff that I have.
I
And
don't think you have a shop, do you?
no,
Yeah.
I just do the shows and it's usually people just come to the house. Have a good day,
All right.
Purple.
Thank you, Purple.
And like I says, like this might be in one tote and it'll go to the show this next time. But the show after that, it'll be in a different tote when it got packed away and it got put to the opposite side. And I just go on to other totes. Like this last show, I brought the soundtrack albums and the laser discs, but they won't go to the next show because the next show I'm going to bring magazines. You know, so I'll be mostly pushing those and the comics. You know, so it's always something different. And like I said, it also makes it so this way people say we have to come and see what Jerry has because we don't know what he's bringing because he don't know what he's bringing. So it just makes it gives them a reason to come by and see you. Because if you have the same stuff all the time at your table, and I've seen it happen, what happens is the customers, when they come in, they'll say, oh, this is the guy with videotapes. Okay, we're not buying videotapes. And they walk past you. And then here comes the next show 2-3 months later, and they're like, oh, that's the guy with the videotape. Okay, walk past them. You know, so you're sitting there like this. I'm bored. But if you bring in different stuff and you're always changing it up, basically, I mean, like I said, my main thing is posters. So you go to the show and you just ask someone there, where's the poster guy? They'll say, oh, he's over there, or he's in the next room. You know, they'll already know who you're talking about.
Right.
You know, but you won't just, like as you saw in the picture, you won't just see posters. You'll see other things. So then you're like, oh, wow, okay, he has these things too. And it gives them a reason. And
when you go to the different shows that you do, does one show do better than another when it comes to certain products you bring? Do you know what to bring to those certain locations?
Well, it always changes. Like I could be doing good with the posters at one show at, like, let's say this last show that I just did. But the next time I go there, it might be books that'll do better. Right. It all depends on what the people come in looking for. Because, I mean, you'll get your regulars like you get here. You get your regulars that always show up. But you're always trying to get the new customers. And the new customer might say, well, I'm not here for posters. I'm here for magazines. Oh, you don't have magazines? And they walk past your table.
Right.
But if you all of a sudden you have magazines, next thing you know, you sell half a box or a whole box of magazines. And it's like, wow, that's the big seller. Like at this show that we did, 2 big sellers was the posters and the shirts. You know, and then it was toys. We sold a few toys and a few records and a few cars. You know, it was a little bit of everything.
So in other words, you bring a little bit of everything at each one you go to because you
because like I said, you never know.
Pelling probably would like to know, what is your favorite location to set up at?
Anyone that's close to home where I don't have to pay for a hotel, because that puts more money in your pocket, because the less you got to spend out, the more you get to keep. It's like a lot of these people, they'll come from, 10, 12 hours away. So now they got to pay for a hotel. And like the one that we're going to in Chicago, if we stay at the hotel that the show is at, it's going to be $267 a night. But if we can go down 2 blocks down the road to the Red Roof Inn, that's $69 a night. So guess where I'm going to be staying?
Exactly.
Because now that's putting $200 more into my pocket.
Right.
But yeah, if it's close, I mean, it's nice. Like a few of the ones that we do, they're like half an hour away from my house. And it's nice because you get to know the people in the area and everything. And a few of them have even come by the house and bought stuff afterwards.
Now, when you go to these places like that, is it always just a one day kind of Comic-Con, or?
No, they're all different. Usually the ones that I'm doing are 3-day ones. So I'll get there on Thursday, set up everything Thursday. And then it's Friday is your show, Saturday, depending on the show, it'll run like, I think it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon till 8 o'clock at night on Friday. And then Saturday is 9 in the morning till 7 at night. And then Sunday is 10 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon.
So you definitely got to make sure you bring enough product.
Well, that's the other nice thing about when you do them close to home. If you're running out of a certain thing, like let's say if I ran out of the one box of the magazines I bought, I can just, when I come home that night, I stop by the storage unit, which is down the road from my house, and I can go and grab another box from there and just say, okay, let me bring another box, and now I can have some other stuff. That's the nice thing about if you're doing close to home, that if you do run out of something like toys or whatever, you can always, when you go home, you grab some more and bring it the next day. Because you don't want to, like I said, you don't want to end up being like this at the show. Well, this is thrilling, I sold most of my stuff, on Friday and halfway through Saturday, and now I'm sitting here like I'm bored. No, you want to keep that money flowing. And that's the other nice thing about when they don't know what you have all the time, that if you did that, because I always tell a lot of my customers, and I point, like you saw in the picture, you saw the totes underneath. I say, I still have stuff in those totes, and yeah, San Diego's 4 days, so, and like I says, you get the crowds there and they buy. But I always tell them, like I was saying, that I said, I have stuff in the totes underneath. I said, so once the stuff on the table disappears, I pull out more. So you guys got to come by later on to see what I have underneath, and so it gives them a reason to always come by and check you. Because I've had it where some people have come by the table and then they'll come by later on in the afternoon. They're like, I didn't see this before. And I said, well, that's because I made room. So now I got to pull that stuff out.
Right.
So you want to keep them, like I said, the main thing is you want to keep them coming in, and you want to make sure that they stop and see you, because you want to keep them guessing about what you have. But like I said, you want to make sure you have fun, and it is a fun time. And, and then a lot of the shows, they'll do like after party on Saturday night, or, oh no, I've noticed I've been to Comic-Con 9 times already. And, you can go to the costume party at the end, on the Saturday night, and you have fun at that. And, so it's a good take. But like I said, the main thing that I like about it is that once the stuff is gone, it's gone. I don't worry about it. It's like, nope, it's gone. Like the guy that came and bought my statue, it was like, I told him, I said, nope, we can keep it here. Someone asked, I'll say, nope, it's already sold, but he came by on Sunday, paid off his deposit, and took the statue with him. And
Jerry, have you noticed that the younger generation is starting to collect more of the vintage, or are they sticking to the newer items?
It's a mix. You get some that they're following their parents. Ever come to Rapier Ancient City? I don't think so. I'll have to write those down. Rapier Con and Ancient City. We'll have to look and see.
So back there, yeah.
But you do have some that they like the older toys because they're following in their dad's footsteps of that he got those things and they want them. But you get the ones that they just want the new stuff and that's it. Like with the pops and stuff like that. Because those are still big at the shows, which is surprising because they're saying the market is just about done with it. They're saying that they're getting ready to go the way of Beanie Babies. Because, you can only get a Batman so many different ways when you like
right
stuff, and, but, it is a mix still, which is a good thing because that's what keeps the shows going.
Right.
Because you never know, like I says, who's going to come in looking for what, whether it's old stuff or new stuff. And that's why, like I said, I like to mix it up, the old with the new, because this way it keeps them at my booth. And as much as I say it, I want to see everyone make, money at the show because there's enough of the pie for everybody. And I've said it, to some of the other dealers across from me that I'll see they're like this in their booth most of the day. They're like, nobody's come by. And gee, I'm hoping that you get some customers because, I like to see everybody, making money. I mean,
Right.
yeah, I want to make the most, but like I say, I want to see everyone, at least make their money back.
Right.
Then,
Especially for their time being there.
yeah, so, and I feel bad and I just say, I'm not greedy, I'm not selfish. And I've said it before, like someone comes up to my booth and they say, well, I'm looking for this Johnny action figure, with the kung fu grip, but it's on his right hand, not his left hand, and I say, oh, well, I don't have it. But I know there's a guy, and I'm talking about you, Johnny. I'm like, there's a guy 3 aisles over. If you go down there and he's on the left hand side, I saw him with it earlier today. If he hasn't sold it, try him over there, And dealers look at me and say, why do you do that? And I'm like, why? The person wasn't buying for me. What do I care? Share the wealth, let somebody else make money, and make them happy.
Right.
But also a lot of times I'll have those customers that didn't buy from me. They either come back at that same show or the next show I'm at, they'll come by and they'll say, oh, yeah, you sent me over to see so much. What do you have? And they'll end up buying something from me anyway. So it's a win-win either way. So I'm like, I don't feel bad. I'd rather see, like I says, everyone, to make money. And it's like I told people at this last show, I says, if I want you people just to come see my stuff, you can just come to the house.
Yeah,
I don't have to pack up nothing. I don't have to set up nothing. I don't have to just come to the house and it's free for all of us. I said, no, I'm here to sell stuff. Because that's why, like I tell people, I say, I'm a dealer, not a seller. Because even though, like, let's say I put this out at $60, but I know I only paid $10 for it. I know I can let it go for 50 and I'm still making money.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, I'm not like that person that said, oh no, I got it at 60. You got to give me 60. I said, that's like going to the store and you buy a loaf of bread for $3. You can't go up to the counter and say, I'll give you $2 for it. They're going to say, put the bread back and get out.
Yeah.
So I say, they're sellers, I'm dealers. I want you to take the stuff with you. I want it to go away. I want to go home with as many empty totes as possible.
So speaking of totes, and I know I'm speaking for myself, when the last couple of auctions you've done online, you have taken some totes that you've never looked in, turned around and started selling them at auctions, didn't care what was in it, and started the bidding. Do you have any future plans on going into doing another auction online with some of the inventory you have?
Probably so. But like I said, right now we're on the break right now because it's the holidays. So we're not doing nothing with the film, but probably so, because like I said, it's all gonna go, because this is my 47th year doing shows. And I'm stopping when I hit 50 because, first of all, that's longer than what I worked my real job at. And it's like, I'm like 50 years of going around doing this is long enough. It's like, no, it's time to say, no, I'm going to sit back and relax. And if I want to go to a show, it's because I want to just go see friends and all that, and I'll do that.
Right.
But the same, because like I tell people, those posters are nice. Don't get me wrong. I put out my Jaws poster that was signed, and I sold that for $2,000 at one of the shows. It's nice, makes good money, but when you're trying to lift up 50, 60 of those boards all at once in a big box, then paper is very heavy. And I'm not getting any younger, and they're not getting any lighter. So no, it's time to say goodbye to the stuff, and that's it. Like all this stuff back here, a lot of those, whoops, you can't see it. Like a lot of that shelf, yeah, a lot of that shelf all across the top. Yeah, we keep adding to it. A lot of that stuff is going to the show in Chicago, because that show is called All Monsters Attack. It's all Japanese celebrities and everything that were in the Godzilla movies,
I
Ultraman
was
movies.
gonna ask you, do you still have a lot of your Godzilla stuff?
Yeah, but at this show, I'm going to be bringing most of it, and I'm going to be getting rid of it because, like I said, I mean, a lot of those things I've had for over 10 years, and I'm like,
Right.
it's time to let it. I'm not in my 30s anymore, so I can't say, let me hold on to it for 20 years. And when it really gets up there in price, I can get rid of it. No, it's like, no. Plus, it comes to a point when it hits a price that no matter how nice that price looks, nobody's going to give you that money for it.
Exactly.
So, what good is it? I mean, they can say, oh, yeah, that Godzilla figure is worth $3,000. Are you going to give me 3,000?
Thank you.
No. And guess what?
Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, get
You
rid of
get
it at a
stuck with it.
decent price. You make your money. It's like I had a few people who got mad at me because I had all the comic issues for a series called Tomb of Dracula,
Mm-hmm.
which issue number 10 was the first appearance of a character called Blade. And that issue alone, I've seen it listed for like $1,100. I sold my entire set of all 70 issues of Dracula plus the 5 issues for $1,500. People are like, oh, you lost money. I'm like, how did I lose money? I paid cover price. I said, probably altogether, I might have spent like $110 for all the comics when they came out. So I made over 1,000. I made my money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy. You can't always be saying, well, I can make this, because then you'll never get rid of things.
Right.
So and I've always told people, what did you pay for this? You're only supposed to double your money. If you can make more, God love you. But if you paid 10 for this, you're supposed to make 20. Hey, you make 40 on it. God love you. I'm happy for you. Don't be saying that, oh, well, if I hold on to it for another 5 years, I can make $75. Who knows? You might not. Because we all know, people like this now, they won't like it in 5 years.
Right.
So next thing you know, the price is up there. Now it drops down. Like, look at Beanie Babies. Before you were getting good money for them, now you find them at yard sales everywhere for 50 cents a piece.
Yep.
So what good did it do you holding on to it? No, make the money when you can and be happy with what you made and just move on. Yep. I mean, I could say that, like, I remember back in the day when I was getting my lobby card sets for like $10 a set. And I'm talking like the Godzilla ones and all that. And yeah, I made my money on them. True, I can make more on it.
Let's see. I gave him baseball cards, and he wanted to know the worth. So on eBay for 5 to 120.
See, depending on where you're going to sell it, who's willing to pay the price. It's always what a lot of us have always said. It's not worth anything till someone gives you the money for it.
That's a good point too. When it comes to eBay or when you're looking up any prices, don't look at what they're listing for. Look at what they sold for. Yeah, because that'll give you the market's telling you what they're selling for. But when you go
anybody can put out anything at any price. Exactly.
You can ask whatever you want. That doesn't mean that's what you're going to get. But it's very important. You always look at what's sold because then you get an idea of what they're selling for. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people look at just what's listed. For me, I look at what's listed, but I want to see how many of those are listed compared to how many sold. That also lets you know how many is the market saturated. You don't want to get something and hold on to it if you know that the market's already saturated with, say, 80 listings, but only 5 or 6 sold. You're defeating the purpose of getting that particular item.
And you're running around looking for something that nobody's going to buy. Right. So you're better off putting your money somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And this is, you learn it as you go along, being in this, for as long as we have, you learn these little things.
Yeah.
And, and I try to tell it to some of the other new dealers. I say, like I said, first thing when I'm at the show and they say, well, what should I know? And the first thing I tell them, be nice to the customer no matter what, unless they're being complete jerks, Then, like I said, make sure you bring change. Make sure you bring bags. And it sounds stupid, but you'd be surprised how many of them are so happy when you do that, when you have the change, when you
Right.
have a bag to put the item in. So that way they're not, like I said, they're not holding it like, and it's like, you know, and so they're happy about those things. And you always try to just have fun at the show. And I say, you know, just do those things and you won't feel so bad that if the show wasn't a big seller, you know, you didn't make a lot of money, but you say, yeah, I got to see so and so and so and so, and we all had fun and it was okay. And, you know,
Well, the
it
biggest
is
thing
what
too
it
is that
is.
you may not get, say for example, you don't get a sale, but you meet somebody. You never know when they're going to come back, and you're in another location, and they happen to come by and see you. They're
Yep.
going to remember how you interacted with them.
Yep.
That means a lot.
And yeah, and then next thing you know, they end up bringing friends and, you know, and they end up all buying stuff from you. And all of a
Just
sudden
never
now
know.
you go from making no sales to 100 sales and you're like, oh, this is nice now.
Exactly.
You know, and
Yeah.
that's what you got. And this is why, like I say, you know, you just have to pay attention, have fun, and just say, yep, it is what it is. And, you know, you just can't be saying, oh, I got to make money. The minute you go in with that attitude, that I got to make money, 9 out of 10 times you're not going to make any money because you're pushing the sale and the customer won't like that. And the customer will say, okay, bye. And they walk away.
Well, you know what's good about
Whereas-
that too? It's not just your Comic-Cons. It's also like your flea markets and
Yeah.
places where you go in and do a lot of things with a lot of people in the community. No matter where you're going, you got to treat it the same everywhere, which way you go.
Yeah.
Because
You
they
do,
will
because
remember you.
it's all the same environment. It's just a different
Mhm.
location.
Exactly.
You know, so you treat them nice, and like I says, you know, they're gonna come by and they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, no, that's," you know, and you'll find that a lot of times. I've had it when I've just wandered around when I've had a break and had somebody else watching the booth for me,
Yeah.
and I'll have other dealers that'll say, "Oh, I sent a customer your way," you know, and all of a sudden now they're doing it. So now you're like, see, it does work and it does
Yeah.
pay off because now someone who normally wouldn't have come by your table probably now comes by and hopefully they bought something and you're like, okay, there we go. And all because what? I was kind to you, you reciprocated, and it works and everybody wins. And
Yeah. It goes a long way when you do that for other people too.
yeah, I mean, it's like even like on here, like when someone says, "Oh, would you go to this person?" Yeah, they're fine. You know, well, why not? You know, what's it going to hurt to say, "Yeah, why not?" You know,
Right.
go ahead. You never know what they're going to have.
Right.
You know, and you say, "Yeah, go over there. Go see what he has." You know, go watch his channel or her channel, and it's not hurting you. Why
That's a
you?
great point you make on that too, because somebody may have a different opinion about somebody. And I always tell everybody, go check it out because you never know. You may have a totally different opinion about somebody than someone else.
But that's
So
it.
you always need to at least check it out and see if it's your cup of tea, so to say. But a lot of times we may not like the same things, but it may be okay for you to go and check it out and see if that's something that you like. You know, that person may have things that you want, whereas others they don't. So it's never a bad thing to go check out another channel, but don't
No.
take it for word of mouth.
Never is. That's why, like I say, this is why I say at the shows, there's enough of the pie for everyone to get a slice.
Yep.
It's not going to hurt me to say, yeah, go see that person over there.
Right.
So what's the big deal? You know, but some people they're just like, oh no, I got to make all the money. Oh, go away. You know, I'm like, I was having fun at the show till you showed up. Go away.
Yeah, really.
You know, this is fine. You know, just go in and be happy. And, you know, it's the same thing like you said, you know, like some people might say, oh, he acts like he knows it all. First of all, no, I don't know it all. But like I said, this is my 47th year doing shows of one kind or another. So when you get someone that's first comes out with that statement, you might want to listen to what they say because, well, you've only been doing it for a year. They've been doing it for 47. They might know things that you don't know, done things that you didn't think of trying, that you might say, oh, let me try that instead. And all of a sudden it works for you. And, you know, now all of a sudden, you know, you're making more and you're getting more out of it. and you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. You might never admit that. Yeah, I listened to that jerk Jerry and he said this, and yeah, it worked for me. You'll never, but I don't care because I'm like, it is what it is, and you're either gonna do that or you're not gonna bring bags to the show,
Right.
And I've heard customers say, yeah, I don't want to go to that dealer because if I buy something, he has no bags, and I'm not gonna carry the stuff around.
I want to say something real quick. Radical Changes. If y'all haven't checked out his channel, I have been actually watching his videos lately, and he does a lot of missions for the homeless youth. So if y'all haven't checked out his channel, definitely go give him some love and support and check out what he does. It's a great channel. I just started recently. I found him in another chat somewhere, and I started watching his channel, and he does a lot for the homeless youth programs. So go check him out. Give him some love and support as well. Also, I saw a comment. I think it was Stephanie Mara. My favorite part of Comic-Con is always the original artwork.
Yeah.
Not always ways to have more than just comics.
Yeah.
Jerry, that helps you and everyone else. Selfish attitude drives people away. Helpful and caring selling brings more people. And you are so right about that.
But that's it, and like I said, it's nothing off me that, if I send them to you or anyone else that's here on the list to say, yeah, go to them and, they might have something that you like. Because, like I said, first of all, like for jewelry, I don't sell jewelry. Well, once in a while I do. If the wife gives me stuff to sell.
I was say the wife's jewelry, yeah.
Yeah. But on the whole, it's like, no, I don't sell jewelry. But if someone says, oh, I'm looking for jewelry, oh, then you want to go see so-and-so.
Yeah.
And I'll send them that because it's like, what? You weren't going to buy from me anyway. But I'm sending you over to hopefully buy from, Johnny or, Jessica or Jennifer, whoever, that is selling jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, that's fine. Let them make the money because, like I said, there's enough of the pie for everyone to get a slice. You're not always going to make gangbusters every time you do a show,
Mm-hmm.
So you got to already say that. And you just got to say, hey, I'm going in. Like when I do the conventions, I'm like, okay, let's see. Like this last convention between renting the van and the space was $600. I'm like, okay, I got to make at least $600 to get my initial money back. So I'm looking at altogether, I got to make $1,000 because your time costs you money. You can't.
And also your gas to get there, what it took you to get there, and all that stuff too. You have to look.
Well, it's like I said, you go to a job, you get paid by the hour. You go and do this, you get paid. You got to pay yourself.
Yep.
So you got to say, okay, so I'm into it for $600. Basically, I'm into it for $1,000. So I got to do at least $1,000 to say my weekend was okay.
Right.
You do beyond that, then you're a happy person. You say, okay, at this last show, yeah, I did $4,600. You deduct $1,000 from expenses, you're like, okay, I did $3,600 for a weekend. And some people say, oh, I need to. I says, are you crazy? I says, let me put it to you this way. You come up to me on a Friday and I say, give me $600. No, give me $1,000. And when I see you on Sunday, I'm going to give you $4,000. How many times are you not going to do that?
Exactly.
And they look, they say, oh, well, when you put it like that, I says, that's what this is. It's the same thing.
You just got to put the hard work
into it.
Put up
the money, and then on Sunday, you get that money.
Yeah.
And so they say, well, yeah, when you put it like that, I'm like, oh, my Lord, sometimes it's like talking to rocks. And I say, they'll get it one day, hopefully.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't look at it that way.
Every show is going to make, hand over fist money.
Yeah.
Like
well, some people want it right away because they need it right away, but they don't look at the.
Like I said, the minute when you get into, and I've been in that position where I got to get money so I can pay my bills and to get more stock and this and but the minute you start doing that, it puts the weight now on the customer because the minute a customer comes over, you're jumping at them and say, What do you need? What do you want? Okay, I got this. And they're like looking like, okay, I'm just looking, and they walk away. Whereas they would have bought something if you just said, hey, what's going on? How's it going? Yep. If you need any help, just give up. It's just the change in the attitude will sometimes make you that sale that you would have missed out on.
Well, just like when Robert and I would go to the different shows they had in New Orleans, and you'll go to you pass by some of the booths, and it's like, let me know if you have any questions, where some of the booths, like, they jump right at you, wanting you to jump on in, and it's like, whoa, step back, I'm just looking.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, no, I'm just, I'm just here. Let me look around first, but then you drive them away, and like I said, that's dollars that, because every time someone comes into your booth, you want to at least get something from them.
Right.
So that way it's worthwhile. What I always used to do for the longest time was I would try to find out what the attendance is for the show. So if they say, well, we got like 3,000 people here at the show. So I'm like, okay, if you got 3,000 people, I want to get $1 from each one of them. That means I made $3,000. Hey, that's cool. I did a $600 thing. I got $3,000. That's not bad, and that's the way you look at it. Well, that's the way I would look at it, is I want to get at least $1 from everyone, even if not all of them came by my table. But if I can get at least 3,000, that means technically I got $1 from each person that walked in the door at that show, which is, you say that's a good thing. So like if you do a show here and you've got like 97 people in there and you're like, well, I want to get at least $97 here today because I got 97 people here. I want to get $1 from each one of them. And if I can get 97, maybe those $3 extra bucks, I get 100. That's nice round number. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I'm good with that. Do I want more? Sure. But if I get 100, I'm happy. I got $1 from everyone that showed up. I got a good day.
And I want to bring a point up with that too, and that's in anything we do in sales, regardless of what it is, whether it's online sales on YouTube or in person at any type of public event. One of the things you have to do is make sure that everyone feels comfortable. You could show a particular item 3 different times, but on the 4th time, somebody may actually buy that item that's actually looking for that item or may like that item. So you always have to make sure it's not what you say, but how you say it with those that are in your live stream or in person. It's the same exact thing, except in person, you're dealing with them face to face, whereas here you're actually dealing with them from in the chat, but still the same concept.
Yeah.
You always have to think of that as well when doing that. Got to
Take
run.
care, Donna.
Have a great day. Thank you for being here.
Yeah. Like the wife and I, it never fails. We'll do a show and there'll be at least one item that everybody will look at. And by halfway through, like the first day, we'll look at each other and say, if I could have $1 for every time someone picked that item, like they picked this up, oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, that. And then they put it back down. It's like, I can make a fortune.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be that one item that they're going to come and like at this last show that we did, I had my big Jaws sideshow statue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing is huge, and it's $4,500 for the statue. But I must have had about, I'd say at least a good 40 people look at that thing.
Wow.
Ooh, what's that? Oh, that's nice. Ooh, look at that. And it's like, give me $1 for every time someone went over to that foolish thing. I'd at least make it worth my while to bring the thing to the show.
Right.
But that's what you get. But like I said, and like you said, you can't scare them away because you never know who's going to be that buyer that's going to buy that item.
Yep.
Because, they come over and they look at it and you're like, oh, here's another person looking at it. All right, what do you want? You go in with that, they're going to be like, oh, nothing. I'm just looking. They put it back and they walk away. Take care, Susie.
Thank you,
Find
Susie.
a lot of different savers.
I love going to Savers.
But that's the thing, but like I said, we're just looking to start unloading everything. That's why we're branching out to do a lot of shows on the road, even though there are a lot of shows here in Florida.
Right.
But what we find is that the problem down here is that there's too many shows.
Yeah.
Because what I'll hear from a lot of the customers when they're walking around, we'll see him at the next show. We'll see him at the next show. And I tell these people, I say, my next show is not till May. And they're like, what? Yeah, I don't go to these all the time.
Right.
I do it when I'm bored. And they're, oh, I said, and I might not have it at the next show.
You're
So
right
you
about
might
that.
want to buy it now. And I say, I'm not doing that to make the sale. Whether you buy it or not, I'm not worried.
Right.
I said, I'm just letting you know, I'm not at the next show in the next week or two coming up. My next show is not till May, which like right now, my next show, we got a 1-day one in January, which is in Ocala, which is like an hour away.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only costing us, I think it's like $100. So, and that's an all-day thing.
That's not bad.
So, yeah, so I know we're gonna do at least 100 at it. So I'm like, I do 200. I'm like, that's fine. You know, do I want to do more? Like I said, yeah. But I know I'm going to do at least, I'll get my money back.
Right.
And then some. So, but I'm like, other than that, to say, when they say, well, when's your next show after that? My next show is in May. So now you say January, February, March, April, May. That's 5 months away.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, guess what? And someone might come by the house, or I might say, well, I'm not going to sell that right now. I changed my mind. And
Right.
you don't see it.
Never know.
So I tell them, I say, no, so you might want to grab it, and that's it. And it depends on the show.
300.
No, the boots are higher. Like if you do San Diego Comic-Con, the last time I looked, boot space was, I believe, $2,200. I'm in Florida. I'm in a town called Windermere. I live right behind Disney. I see the fireworks every night.
Wow.
No, it's boring.
Yeah, especially when you see it every night.
That's
well,
it.
everybody, thank y'all so much for coming out. Jerry, before we go, because it is getting to that point where my numbers are going down, do you have any final tips for anyone who is thinking about doing any type of Comic-Con, boots, maybe even at a flea market or anything like that? Any other final advice you would give anybody? And talk about what you got going on in your neck of the woods.
I would say, like I said before, go in with low expectations. Just go in, have fun, and just if you want, just bring a little bit of everything, because you never know who's going to come walking by your table. And I've had it happen to me at shows before, where someone says, "I didn't expect to find that at this kind of show." And so by you having that oddball item, they're happy and they buy it. You know where Windermere is. And like it says, our next show is a 1-day one in Ocala in January. And then I don't have nothing scheduled until May. And that's when I go to Chicago for the big Kaiju show. We're going to bring all our Godzilla stuff and have a ball. But who knows, someone might say, Jerry, we want you on the channel and come and sell. And if I'm not busy working on a film project, then I'll do that.
Okay.
Because as I've said before, and a lot of you guys all have my email, just drop me an email and say, Jerry, we need you. No, Lynette, I just come in and like I was just saying, like Johnny will say, oh, we need a guest. Jerry, what are you doing that weekend? Oh, okay. I'll come and be a guest, and that's it. Or if I just get the bug, I just turn around and I'll say, okay, I'm going to be doing a show. And then, like Johnny says, I'll pull out a tote and, hey, whatever's in it is what I'm going to sell.
I love those.
Yeah, I know you do, because you keep going after those totes.
And there's good stuff in them, too. And that brings me to my little last thing here. If you would like to be a guest on the Hump Day auction, as of right now, I am completely booked all the way through March, and I only have one date available in April, and then I go into May. So if you would like to be a guest on the show, make sure you do reach out to me, because it is first come, first serve. And like I said, I only have one date left in April, and the rest is going into May. And I only have a few dates left in May. So it's getting filled pretty quickly. So make sure you do reach out to me, and I'll be glad to put you on the next available date. And when I do give you the dates, you do have 24 hours to make sure you reply back to me before I go to the next person. And I just do that so that way that it'll give us a great time to hurry and get you on the calendar, because I don't want to have to procrastinate, because that's one thing I do not like. And then once I give you the dates and you reply, you get on the calendar and I'll go on to the next person. So yeah, if you have anything special going on, make sure you do drop it in the chat. Jerry, do you sell on YouTube? Yes, he does. Every now and then.
I just put in my email if someone wants to contact me as a guest, for those who don't have me as my info.
Yeah, he does other guests. He doesn't do it on his channel. Well, let me say no, you do it. You just don't do it all the time.
Yeah.
Depending on what you got going on.
Yeah, but I did put in my email, and if someone is saying, hey, I want to get you as a guest, just drop me an email. And like it says, if I'm not busy either at a show or working on the film project, then yeah, we're available. We'll do it. Because I'll just say, yeah, okay, I got stuff to sell. Because God knows I got stuff to sell.
All right. So again, don't forget to check out Jerry's email. There it is in the chat. If you would like for him to be a guest on your show and he's available, let him know. There's his email. And as I say before, I end each and every show, thank each and every one of y'all for always coming out and showing your love and support to the channel. Remember, we do this every morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we also drop the links to where you can come on and promote your channel. After the show is over, if you would like to come on and chit chat, you're more than welcome to. The link is still in the box at the top of the chat. And as I said, I'm going to talk to you after the show, Jerry. And as I say before, I end each and every show, love always, love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day until we meet again. Later. Peace out.
Bye-bye.